What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So previous video, we built this porch. I say we, I still give credit to the team, even though Greg is finally back from his fatherhood hiatus, having a baby, so give him a big thumbs up. Today is his first day back. We've done some other stuff, so you may see some other projects with Greg back here. It's because we're just getting stuff done all in the same day, but it's different videos. Today's video is gonna be starting the finish of this back porch. We also got Cole here, my son from graduating high school. We got him the rest of the summer. So I think we're gonna see a lot more progress a lot quicker. And we're gonna start with getting our metal roof on this porch. Maybe we'll then transition into soffit fascias and ceilings and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get into it and get this porch going. You're gonna be my squeegee boy. Here, take this.
Give it to me.
Squeegee the tape, man. Let me show you the technique, okay? It's not just, it's not as simple as you would think.
Show me the tech.
You don't just do this.
Yeah.
Okay? You wet the edge, as in you put the adhesive that's in the middle out to the edges.
Gotcha.
Okay? And then you can do that. You just come on behind me and, yep.
Okay, you're at the, like,
Yep.
take it downhill.
Take it downhill.
You might have to drop your lift, actually.
I might have to drop the lift, actually.
Actually, you might.
Also, Greg, I just want to let you know. Ooh, you did. Ugh. I was going to tell you not to put screw holes up there. Oh, well. It'll be all right.
Oh, son of a gun.
Son of a... All right, let's run them, boys. Look at that. That roof was easy. Just took us about an hour. That's the last of roof steel we got to put on. All right, so I took off today. I was on a work trip out in Minnesota, and Greg started on the soffit fascia on the porch. He loves that. Easy job, easy money for him. And then Cole came out and gave him a hand with getting the framing done in the porch. And then they're going to get the ceiling completed in this porch. So this is definitely a great job for these two. Greg has done a lot of ceilings in the past. And as you will see here in this little bit of a time lapse, Cole actually gets his first experience doing a bunch of the trims and putting the ceiling up with Greg as well. So I'll let you go ahead and watch this through, and then we'll be right back into it and keep moving forward with the siding. back on the job site. Greg and Cole did a great job getting that ceiling done and getting the soffit fascia, and Greg's continually moving on this siding while I'm back working on another door. There's a lot of detail work to go in here. Not gonna go through the whole thing, not gonna show you every tip and trick on setting a door. We got plenty of videos out on that, but we gotta set the door, we gotta finish the Versetta stone into it, finish the cap trims, get the flashing trims. There's basically a lot going on right here. I'm sure Greg will get all that done, and I will probably still be working in this corner on the door. So once again, we've got this little step down because we've got a 4-inch drop in our interior concrete. Something smart to do, because then if you get any vapors and gases in your garage, you don't want them seeping into your house. So that little 4-inch lip is actually for a reason. So what it did was it gave us this little ledge that we have to set our door on. I'm just getting this all detailed, and we'll be ready to go here. Set it in. I do like this though. This is gonna keep wind-driven rain out real nice. Yeah.
Oops. Should have cleaned up your area before you. Okay, hold up. You got to like go to your left. Oh, sorry, right. I meant right. My left, your right. Keep going. Yep, right there. What are you catching on? Hold up. You're hitting your paper. But it looks like you're hitting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's because that's the high side.
And that's straight, so that's not good.
Yeah.
Move this paper. Hold on, don't
Yeah,
slam.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, push it out. Yeah. It's the exact same rough opening as the other one, dude.
Well, actually, it kind of looks like it tails up.
This is concrete. You can see
here,
it. It's
yeah.
higher than the wood.
81.5?
Yeah, I think that's what it measures. Man, I can smell coal all the way over here. Dude, smells good.
Got some perfume on.
I don't think it's perfume.
It's cologne, I know.
There ain't no way I'm fitting still.
No?
Brother, I don't understand.
How? I feel like well, I think I can hit mine in. I'm not gonna do it now, but
No, don't do it.
definitely need to rock my way, it looks like, because I got a big gap up top.
Maybe that's partially the reason.
So maybe it just has to get squared up.
I don't know, man. I still say that I'm unless I'm looking at like the rounded edge of the router, maybe. I don't know, dude. Please go in. If it goes in, we pull it out, seal it.
Yep. If it doesn't go in, I'm gonna cry and go home.
Just go get earring plugs, because I'm gonna go back to grinding. Here, wait. Fold this on the side.
Yep. My goodness, man. I can go in.
I can go in. I'm going in, but I don't know how much is Fentrum. Like, go ahead and send yours in past the Fentrum.
I've got like this much of a gap.
Let me see. Oh, bro, you got way more room than I did. Sometimes less is more, man.
What do you mean by that?
I think you know. Okay. I mean, if you shove too much in there, it's not going to do you any good. Yeah, something like, okay. Good?
Okay.
All right. Now,
hand. Okay.
top flange is up.
I got top flange.
In high detail? Okay. We just don't know, and we're going to have to hope that when we close this door, I'm able to get it to work, and I don't have to pull it back out, Greg. That's the real.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Watch that tape.
Okay, I think you should be good for the most part. Hold up. Okay, slowly. Okay.
I'm not even gonna believe it, but it actually is. Wow.
How's that reveal look?
It's actually,
Money?
yes, actually it is. I promise you that would not have worked if we did the wood.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Wow, look at that. Never would have happened. Hard to believe. Here you go. Okay, we had a heck of a good day. It's good to be back, the whole gang together working at the porch. We made a big push to get all this done. We've got a lot of touch-up to do. We've got caulking to do. And then we've got what Greg has been waiting for, Greg. We've got to do that flashing up underneath of that overhang on top of this porch. Remember when I had to sheathe the porch? It was miserable. So I'm gonna let Greg share on some of that miserableness. But Greg, you can't let me forget, we got to bring a right angle drill because there's not enough room to put your screw gun in there. We're going to need a little right angle drill to get in there to get the screw fastened. So we'll get back here tomorrow, we'll wrap that up, and then this exterior is going to be wrapped up. So let's just keep rolling this. Look at that. We got a nice little safety assist magnetic mat. This is obviously not a very pitched roof. This is only a 2, but when you're laying on this metal, and we're gonna be working up underneath here, getting this flashed, I promise you, you're gonna keep sliding. So hopefully this takes care of that. Just giving me something. So what we have to do is, we've got our trim, okay? This is gonna go up against the wall, this is gonna flash, and then you've got these gaps underneath here that we have to fill. So we have a closure strip for that, but what we need to do is we need to know where to put it. And Greg, this is gonna be, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be real fun.
There's not much room in here.
There's not much room in here. There's enough to do what we need to do, but we have to somehow, how are we gonna see even where our marks are? You think we'll see it?
No. I think we just kind of need a...
How about this? Let's go ahead and nail them up, and then we'll kind of lift it up and put them in. We'll put the strips right underneath.
We can do that.
And we won't fasten it down until we get them all in.
We can do that.
I think together we can achieve more.
More we can achieve while we're together.
That's called teamwork. Put it on a t-shirt.
No,
okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna get this mounted on the back, and then we'll just come through, lift it up, and put our closures under. That's not as easy as doing it beforehand, but I don't think we have that option because we're never gonna see where it goes.
Nope.
Hey Greg, how do you like on your knees there, man? I'm laying on this mat, it's kinda nice. I got 2.
I have no issue.
Look, I don't even slide.
Wow.
Ugh.
So cool.
Yeah, it is, man.
Don't, brother, you just started. Don't give up now. Come on, let's go.
You have no idea. I've already been up underneath this thing. Okay. Now, this is gonna get covered with a piece of smart side. If you remember back when we did the porch, this whole thing was designed so that we wouldn't have any siding. We would just have a piece of trim, that band board that's gonna go around the perimeter. So, it looks like it's gonna work. Oh, look at that.
You should feed it to the spider.
Wait, there's a spider? Yeah, we should.
Right here. Feed it to him.
Nah. All right, keep going, man.
He's hungry.
I'm hungry. Hungry, Greg. Hey, I'm gonna keep going. You like like flip-flop me, and then I'm gonna just keep going.
What do they call that? Where you like roll and the other guy jumps over you and
Frogger? I got it. Good.
No, it's not Frogger.
Oh, we did it in football.
Yeah, football exercise. What do they call that? I was homeschooled, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Brother, this ain't too bad. We're gonna be done here pretty quickly. But I will say, be very careful. Right here. I did this when I was doing it earlier. I came up and I put it right into my forehead.
Nice. Cut yourself?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna move these for me.
Move what?
My mats. You were gonna leapfrog.
That's what you're talking about?
Yes. I don't want you to have to slide very far, but slide it.
Did you seal it?
Yes. I've been waiting here for, okay, too far. You slid too far. All right. Right there. Nice. All right, so these are our outside closures, and the whole purpose of these are to stop any snow, rain from driving up in here. They're not perfect, obviously, but they would definitely do their job. This is gonna be a little tricky. I almost need something to hold it up. Oh man. We don't want to push down because we don't want it to adhere until we get it where we want it. See, and then we'll put a screw right here, and this will hold it down. So we're just trying to stop that kind of snow blowing effect that happens, and you get that drifting in. I mean, there's nowhere for it to go, so the wind isn't going to be able to really push it in there. But yeah, one down. I'm gonna go help Greg now that he's moved over. I think this will be okay.
So hold that there.
So if this works, then we take another piece, this will go over, we'll caulk it, and then we'll cap it with a full piece across. And then this gable will come up underneath of it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Yeah, turned out pretty good.
Just goober it in there. We're gonna cover it all up anyway. It's just to do your best, caulk the rest. It's our mantra, or something like that. Yeah, that's good. You have to go, don't go too hard.
Plenty.
Okay, I'll get it down. Yeah, like that. Push this down right here. You tell me when? Yeah. Brother, with you here, this will be so much easier. Just don't go too far in. You're looking a little far. All right, that was actually not too bad. Now that we got the trim on, we got the fillers in, we got to put our smart side trim against the wall. And before we do that, Greg, I wonder if we shouldn't finish this wall down here.
Why
so we can dye our trim right into it versus cutting it around. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
I think that makes more sense. Okay, so this type of area here in this weird corner is always like the last thing we do because it involves so many different details to come together in order to do it. You can't just throw siding up because we got to finish this trim. We can't just put this trim up and finish it because we got to finish this trim. I couldn't really put this on because I had to have the siding on first because of the way I wanted all my water overlapping to go. So we're gonna finally have to do it, what?
Do we want this corner on before we put this gable on?
No, I was thinking about that. We're just gonna do our best and caulk it.
Okay.
Because I want this underneath.
That makes sense.
I want this flashed, but I was thinking, what if I took an inch out and put the corner, but I don't think so.
Nah, no.
You think these are not straight for a reason?
What?
The actual like jaw,
The mouth?
the mouth or whatever, yeah.
Yep.
You think that's for a reason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is super unconventional. I thought about this and I didn't know how to do it because when thinking through all the layers, I wanted this flashing under my siding, but here, this corner piece, I want it flashed, but I couldn't think about, and I know I could have done all this under the siding, then I could have put the siding on, and then I could have just put the corner there. But my whole thought was as water comes down here on this roof, I want it to like go over top of everything. So I'm I'm just putting this flashing. You can see my little bend outs, and then we got the bend out on the trim. So hopefully when all this is done, if water comes down this roof and works its way over, it's gonna work out over the siding and then not behind the siding. It's kind of like its own little kick out flash versus if all this was done and then I put the siding on, I didn't know how I was gonna protect it from getting behind the siding. If we gotta replace a piece of siding, I'm not gonna be necessarily fastened into it. We'll pull the corner trim off, and then this is just, it's just gonna be there as a mechanical flash just to try to get it down the best it can. I don't know.
We're gonna do our best to caulk the rest.
Yeah, it's exactly. Do our best, caulk the rest, so. All right, so this was actually Michael's idea. Props, Michael. If it works, it works. Good for you. Greg is still debating on whether or not he likes it, but instead of worrying about water coming around, this will give us its own little kick out. So this is gonna make the water continue past, and hopefully, we'll see how this goes. Let's set this up here. So the problem that we have, or I have, is that I was like, well, I don't know if that's gonna look good because we have this ugly corner. So what we're going to do is we've got an extra piece of scrap metal, and I'll make a little bit of a piece that'll just kind of go in here, and we're just kind of trying to overlap and get as many layers so that water has nowhere to go but out and down, I think. Yes, right there. This looks dangerous.
That looks terrible.
Dude, are you sure? That looks so dangerous. That was frightful, dude.
Couldn't have done it without me.
I really thought we were gonna die. So that's gonna give us a nice little place to put some sealant.
That's my idea.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Everybody's got ideas floating around. Some are good, some are bad. Greg, good job. Michael, good job. I'll just execute, you know. I don't need to ooze it out too bad. It's gonna kind of work its way down there. None of this is even gonna be seen by anybody but the birds. Do that. All right, man. Let's see. This will give me the thickness. So when this goes in here, I can kind of see where this will be, which is right there. So that's 12 3/8. 17 3/8.
17 3/8 at
Yes.
11.
Yep.
6 and 5/8, so 7, 6 and 5/8 from here.
Well, like that's way low. I'm not really sure.
What is it?
6 1/8? What are you supposed to be?
6 and 5/8.
Well, I think that might be a problem because everything else looks really good. Like, I would say if you change this angle a little bit, because it's definitely a little like, you know, well, actually, you know what? This would probably be fine if it was up higher. I'll make it work, man. That cut was really good. Other than next time.
Probably won't be a next time. ever see this. Oh crap, wait.
That is much better. Mucho, mucho. So, decided that I'll put this corner piece on first, and then I'm going to go down and work this piece underneath because I got to do some cutting around both the post over here, and I know I'm not going to be able to put one piece around this here. So it's going to have to be a caulk joint somewhere. So why make it difficult on both pieces? We'll just make it only difficult on one piece. So now we got to get our top board in. Greg cut me a 412. We're going to go check it so we can get these battens done and get off of this section. I better not get crazy there. We still got to finish this soffit because we're missing one piece. Oh, what are the odds? One piece. Bro, I am crazy. That's all I am. What? It's so much work for a detail that no one is ever gonna see. We probably could even just leave that flashing, and we're not gonna, but you know, spray painted the we do this to ourselves, Greg. See, the way you look though, it's like, how do you reach out that far? Oh yeah, I guess it is not bad. A lot of core work, you know what I'm saying?
No, none at all actually.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look-see. Oh, yes, dude. Yes, everything is lining up beautifully. So here's what I'm gonna do. You hold it. I'm gonna get a screw in it.
Yep.
Really wish we had a regular screw gun.
Yep.
Not this right angle drill. Ah, I love the precision. Hold me on the end right there. Okay. I got a little bit of, I need to give myself a little bit of 3/8 for a little end dam so the water doesn't just go hog wild over there.
Yep. Wild like a hog.
Okay, kind of the last challenging spots is I've got to do an outside corner that goes up to the header, goes around to the soffit, cuts around, and then has a little bit of a cutout. And I'm just going to have an 1 3/16 piece that's going to go here. And this is where my caulk joint's going to be. If that caulk joint fails, I'm not too concerned because I have this nice metal flashing and water's going to make it out over this board, right? So I will end up caulking it with Big Stretch. And this is a pretty complicated cut, mainly because I've got to do something right here. So I've got a bunch of dimensions. I'm gonna go make that cut. We'll get that done. And once this is done, I can do my last little piece and this area is finished. We are really on the downhill slide. The guys are even starting to clean up while I'm getting these last couple details. All right, this is the general gist of the piece. However, right here, I know I've got something going on with my my metal trim. So actually, I hope this is right. I actually don't know. It does look a little weird, but let's go ahead and throw it up there and kind of see if we're close. Maybe we can scribe the metal. That's,
yeah, this is the low side.
okay, so I can see my mark. I am a little bit off here. I need to shave a little there. And then here looks like probably a little bit lower. This is all just kind of guesstimation, man. The beauty is this doesn't have to be like, we're not cutting a cabinet or a piece of crown molding. I am going to be putting a little bit of a gap around here so that I can caulk it with Big Stretch. So I got to be really close. I don't have to be exact. I mean, obviously we're going to do as good as we can because I'd rather do a nice clean caulk line, not some fat caulk line, but. I never want to paint all my cut edges until I've checked it to make sure it's gonna fit, because you don't want to spend that time, especially if it's not gonna fit. Let's see. Okay. Oops. So that's pretty close. I'm a little bit snug right there, right here, but it's not bad. There's not gonna be much growth in your wood here. The big thing is I want a good caulk joint. I didn't even recheck it. I'm just gonna assume that my cuts are good. It's close enough as it was, so. Oh, dang, dude. Dang, dude. Okay, you go ahead and get your 4 nails in the bottom. Actually, hold up. Just do one on the outside on both sides. I'm gonna put some longer nails in. And that's what I'm gonna do right here too. I'm gonna take this sweet full head. Here. Oh, you don't got yours. No, I'll get it. Nope, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I'll let you do that.
Yep.
Keep working hard.
All right. Thanks, buddy. You keep doing your thing. Just gonna take this big old ring shank nail. I don't even think I have to pre-drill this, but I am worried about hitting the trim. That's tough, man. Oh man.
Goodness. Stay from here. Put that in.
Heck yes, my guy. Nice. What a difference a corner makes. All right, so I'm not gonna caulk that yet. We won't worry about caulk until all at once. I got one piece to put here to finish this. Oh man. Kind of silly to have a gap like that, I know, but it's more about keeping everything consistent, so when we go around and caulk, all of our gaps are just consistent. And also, it's actually easier to caulk like a gap versus a crack, if that makes sense. So right now, this is easy to get caulk in. If it was tight and you had a crack, how do you get caulk in there other than smearing it all over the surface? So, all right, cool. One more corner trim detail and we are done installing siding, except for those couple battens right there. And we're coming around. Didn't think about that one. That sucks. 59 and an 1/8. that is up here. So this is the only tight spot, is getting around this flashing. I got to make sure it's flat. Okay, so, oh, already much easier with you. And then, let's see, what am I catching on?
Right there, yeah, there you go.
There we go. What do you say there, buddy?
Tight. I think I want to go in that way.
Yeah, you might need to. I mean, I got a bigger, it might just be bowed.
Yeah.
It might be a little bow in it.
Yep.
I think it's worth making sure we're good. So the only thing that we have left to do on this exterior is the front porch. And unfortunately, it's not going to be done for this video, but the siding is done. The front porch will get finished when we decide on what we're going to use for the ceiling. We had a couple problems with sourcing materials we were going to use, which means we're waiting on a new material. But the siding's up, the porch will be easy. And now what I have to do is I've got to go around and I've got to caulk all of these gaps that we've left everywhere. So that's going to take me probably a good part of, you know, it's about 11 o'clock right now. It'll probably take me a couple hours to go around. Greg will probably go ahead of me. Where some of the butt joints are, we'll put some tape there. And it's not looking to be waterproof. Remember, a lot of the reason for caulk joints on Smart Side are because you don't want your WRB underneath the siding to be getting any UV damage. So the siding itself, it's engineered for water to kind of go behind it. That's why you have to, you want to install it on an approved drainage system so water can get away. Like, water doesn't do damage unless you don't remove it. But that is the wrap up of the Smart Side. There's a lot of details, a lot of work on this house, but I think it looks awesome. The color scheme really grew on me. I love the way it looks. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And we're gonna move to the interior, where we got to frame up all the walls. We got to do our interior air control Myrex on the ceiling, and we got our HVAC guys coming in the next couple days. So that is going to happen, as well as we are going to finish the garage. We're going to get that an entire steel liner package. So those two videos are kind of what we have left for this project. And then we'll do a final walkthrough. We'll show you everything. We'll talk about everything. And if you have questions, put them down below in the comments so I can answer them in a final walkthrough, or you can always send me a message on any of my social media platforms, and I'll try to get as much of those answered as possible. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start my caulking, get cleaned up out of here, and we'll catch you on the next video.